Hello and welcome to the start of a new adventure. Can you guess where I am? Probably not, because I'm very hidden from the rain, but I'm in Trogir, and this is day one of my 11-day trip to Croatia. I'm actually kind of dreading the first day because it's gonna be mostly traveling. I flew from Zurich to Split airport, which is actually closer to Trogir than to Split. So I came here and I have about 3 hours until I have to take a Flixbus to Zadar. Let's see what we can manage to see in 3 hours while raining.
Trogir's old center is on a small island, connected to the rest of the town by a bridge, and to a bigger island by another bridge. It is a UNESCO heritage site, and you can clearly see why. I felt like a princess strolling on the narrow stone streets. Well, maybe as a princess disguised as a wet dog, but still.
Not the greatest weather. The castle is closed. I don't know why it should be open. Maybe because the weather is so interesting. And there's literally no one here. But yeah, let's find something else to do. So the rain stopped, which is the good part. The bad part is that my Flixbus does not show up on the departure board at the bus station, which makes me kind of panicky. It's still on their website. I'm tracking it. It's supposed to come in like 15 minutes. Let's see. So let's pretend it's still evening and I'm not staying in front of an unmade bed. Last night I was like too tired to finish the video, so I just went straight to sleep. But I want to tell you a little story about how I got like softly scammed by a taxi driver. So when I reached Zadar, it was raining really badly. So I decided not to walk a half an hour to the old town where my apartment or hotel is and take an Uber. That was my decision. But then in the bus station, there were some guys with some sort of a taxi sign where
yeah, credentials. It's Sunday morning, so the church will make it a bit difficult to film. So there were these taxi drivers with some taxi credentials, and they were trying to find clients by coming to the buses that came in and asking people, do you need a taxi? Which is a well-known scam, like most like legit, or maybe they were legit taxi drivers, but like the regular taxi drivers, they usually stay in the car and you can go towards the car, see the price on the door, and decide whether to come in or not. That's the standard. When taxi drivers are usually coming to grab clients at the, like, that this happens usually in airports or in bus stations or train stations. You know, there's something suspicious, and I knew that like so well. I had so much experience with this. Like every time I'm like now it's not happening in Romania anymore, for example, but when I was smaller, like when I was younger, it was a well-known scam at the train station and at the airport. You should never go with these guys that come and grab clients, and I knew that so well. But then the first guy that approached me, I told him no, because I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna take an Uber. I was telling myself I'm gonna take an Uber. At least there you see the price before and you know it's not a scam. But it was raining and I was so tired, and I didn't know like on which part of the bus station should I call an Uber. It was a bit confusing. So when the second guy approached me with the same technique, I said to myself, so I just was actively lying myself and telling myself that, oh, I mean, it was a while ago when this taxi driver scam was going around. You're probably just a little bit too afraid. That just take the taxi. It's probably legit. They're just not being nice. They try to help you with the luggage, which is basically another way in which they make sure to distract your attention. They take your luggage when you're far away from the taxi and they put it straight into their trunk. So if you see their prices on the doors, it's like you're a bit ashamed to say, oh, I just saw your prices. I don't want to go with you anymore. Give me my luggage back. It's a bit weird. They already have it. So, yeah, well, usually, like I was last night, I was distracted and trying to keep up with this guy. So I wasn't looking anymore. And when I got it was like just 2 kilometers from the bus station to the hotel. And he charged me 20 euros, which is like huge. That's more than like anywhere in the world, like 10 euros a kilometer. That's huge. I then checked and the Uber was like 5 euros, so 4 times less. And yeah, well, I kind of realized the moment he told me the price that, oh, I got scammed. I knew I'm gonna get scammed, and I still got scammed. Like, what's this mind doing to us? Trying to convince us that, like, I want it to be true that the taxi drivers is legit, and I can just take the taxi and go to the hotel straight away without figuring out an Uber. But obviously, it was not. So obviously I gave him the 20 euros. I don't want to go in a fight with a random taxi dude, or yeah. And what was hilarious, actually, I couldn't even get really mad. What was hilarious is that he gave me his card. I have it somewhere. Anyway, I can't find it anymore. But he gave me his card with his number and email and contact address at the end, and told me, oh, maybe you need a lift back to the bus station when you travel further. So he didn't even think that I realized that this is like a huge scam. which was a bit hilarious, honestly. But yeah, that was my experience last night, and then I came to the hotel, and I just went to sleep. And now I'm just gonna ask you to maybe take another minute and like, share, subscribe my content to my content. And yeah, tomorrow will be like, actually today, but the next episode will be hopefully more entertaining, because the weather is better and we'll be able to see much more together. See you then. Bye bye.